Hi, it's Lee again from Anything Audible, and in this episode, we're going to kind of look at the importance of Foley and why use Foley in the first place. Let's get going by playing back the production audio from this scene, and you'll notice that, because you have lighting equipment and you need generators to provide power for anything the recording equipment on set, you're going to have some issues, with the noise. And every time the camera changes, you're going to have different noise levels. And that doesn't really work for this scene, as you can imagine, because this film was set in the future where there's no electricity and nobody has any power, So let's take a look at it, and it'll be very apparent to you when we play it back. So here we go. So as you can see, you can't really hear him move. There's no movement there. There's the bow movement. But listen to how noisy the background is. That's production sound. So as we hear some of the elements are there, but every time that camera changes, you see how that sound is? It keeps changing with it. So for a sound editor or a dialogue editor even, to try and smooth that out, we might as well just start the scene right from the beginning. And that's what we're going to do. Let's kind of stop this a second, because you kind of get the point. So we've got to start from scratch. So here's what's going to happen, and I'm going to stop this right here. And we're going to mute that production audio. And let's play the difference of what it should be. To some of you, that may seem a little strange, but we don't have any backgrounds added yet. So there we have a little comedy relief in the end of that scene. So that's from scratch, okay? In previous videos, you've seen how we deal with preparing for this particular scene like this. And you've also probably seen the recording of it, but the power of redoing that from scratch is immense. You can see right here we have all these different elements on different tracks, which, I've explained in the previous one, but it's, now you have the ability to keep everything completely separate, and now you can mix it separate, and the director can say, I need this to be loud or this not to be less loud, so we don't have to deal with that production audio anymore. And there's no dialogue in this scene anyway. apart from his line at the end when he puts the teddy bear down and he's breathing throughout, that'll be ADR, which we can get to in a future episode. So let's kind of break this scene down track by track so we can take a listen to things a little bit more individually. So that's the general sound, and we also have a fill for the garbage bag. So those are the two general ones that we did. But then you have, this pill bottle, for example, all of these things. Let's look at this. There's a lot of things that come out of that bag, and they just go everywhere. You have no control of that. So there's a pill bottle bouncing. There's a can that rolls off to the side off screen. So we had to do every single element separately. So there it is. You can hear the pill bottle rolling off to the right-hand side. And there's this one right here. That's the pill bottle that's right in front of us. And there's a can drop right here. And then he picks it up, of course. And of course, you're hearing the reverb, the ambience of the room, because we've applied a reverb to it to make it sound like it's in that room. That's what makes it a little bit more real. So we have a can that rolls off there that hits a pill bottle and knocks it on its way. So you can see the detail that goes into this. And that's the reason why we do Foley, because the production audio, just isn't right, because you have that electrical equipment that doesn't make sense. For this particular scene, definitely. And for someone to clean everything up, then it's a lot of work. So what we need to do, we need to replace all those sounds in Foley and create a brand new soundscape. Thank you for joining me for this episode of 2Pop Tips, and hopefully you'll tune in next time for another behind-the-scenes look at audio post-production. I'll see you then.